Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another detailing video. Today I will be detailing this 2008 Honda Accord, which is another commuter car here in my grandparents' fleet of vehicles. So it's a little dirty in the interior. It could use a nice touch-up, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using a lot of Turtle Wax products once again, like last time with the Mazda, and hopefully it should turn out just as good. So stick around and enjoy. So the front, back, and trunk of this car will all need to be cleaned out in order to vacuum first. So everything that's in this car is going to get taken out. Even the floor mats are going to be taken out so we have the most space to clean with the vacuum. So as you can see, everything's been taken out of the vehicle. We've got stuff from the trunk over here. The mats are out. Mats are a crucial part because you want to get under them because that's where a lot of the dirt hides. And then we've got the seats down all the way so we can clean out. We can vacuum in between them. And then once we're going to start with the front, vacuum out the front and everything, and then move to the back seats. So you always want to start with your front so you can have your seats down first and then put them back up when you move to the back. And then we got the trunk all cleaned out. We've got the mat out of it. So we'll clean up around there and then put the mat back in. And then the vacuuming should be done and we can move on to the next part. So we're starting here with the floor mats. We're going to vacuum them out. I did these back here and then this one up here. Now I've got the rest of these to do. So we're going to get these cleaned first so they're ready to go back in once we clean out the interior. We vacuum the interior of the car. So as you can see, there's a little bit of sand on the cracks in the steering wheel. This is typically known for cars that are used to take to the beach. So we're going to try to vacuum some of that out with the fine tip. See if we can get it out. So we now have the seats all the way up so we can get easy access towards the back carpet to clean all of that out. Here's a comparison for you of a clean side and a dirty side. Here's the clean side. We also got the hump of the center console. And there's the dirty side. So what I basically do is I take the fine point and put it on all the edges where there's dirt like that crack in the edges and the hard to reach places. And then for the rest of it, I just use the carpet cleaner and the carpet cleaner front part on the vacuum, and we just wipe it all. We brush it all along here and it should take out most of the dirt. So now with everything clean in here, it is time to move on to the trunk. So the trunk is just going to be the same with the carpet brush on the vacuum to just get out any pieces of dirt that are not wanted in there. If you have a mat, you could wash them. I'm not washing them because we're going to be using these cars again pretty shortly. Go on a road trip, so we're not going to be really taking care of keeping the mats clean for a while, but feel free to use a hose to wash off the rubber mats. That's really good for them if you want to keep them clean. So now that we're done with all the vacuuming up in the front, now is the second part, which involves dash cleaner. So we're going to be cleaning out the dash now on the doors and the trim on the dashboard. So we'll be using the same dash cleaner that we used in the Mazda video. This door, however, if you notice, has some sunscreen marks on it. So we're going to be using the leather cleaner for this, but the trim on the door and the plastic down there we'll use it for, and of course the trim on the dashboard and the trim on the other doors. Moving on to the dashboard and everything over here. So I'm going to be using the dash and glass cleaner, and we're going to spray twice onto our rag, our microfiber cloth. And then we're going to get into all the surfaces where there's a bunch of dust. So starting around here, around the trim at the air conditioning vents, they get filled with a lot of dust. And then there's this metal looking type stuff that's really plastic, like on the Mazda. That's nice to wipe down, make it look a bit shiny. Gives a good presentation. Get up on top of this gauge cluster, all up on top of the dashboard. It's very dusty. Actually, this car is not as bad as the Mazda with dust, but very hot up there, so I'm going to move back down to the gauges. Once again, the window looking into the gauges looks pretty clean. It's kept pretty clean by the overhang up here, keeps dust from landing on it. Alright, so now we're back up in the dash area. We quickly turned on the air because it was getting pretty hot in here. We're back here, so I'm going to start out just wiping down. The screen over here has a big, it goes in pretty deep, so there's a lot of space where it's just flat and it gets really dusty. So wiping that down. And the trim here likes to collect dust and hold it in pretty easily. Now the scent of our cleaner is going to go everywhere because the air, but it's a good scent. It's a citrusy type scent. Turtle Wax uses that a lot. With their other products, I've smelled that before. Now in here, the climate control settings, they're a little odd how it goes in like that, and that can collect a lot of dust. Just gotta make sure to reset the temperature now. All the buttons kind of come out a little bit, so they collect dust in there. On top of them, there's a lot of dust always. You don't exactly have to have cleaner on for that, because just the microfiber alone will pick up the bits of dust. But now down here, we've got a bit of a stain, probably some sunscreen or something like that. We'll find a spot that's still a bit wet with the cleaner, wipe it around, and voila. Like magic, it disappears. On these big knobs, it tends to get a little dusty. Volume. And there you go, you get the idea with that. It kind of gets all the dust out of the buttons. You always want to go along the top of the buttons because that can get very dusty. Knobs and notches get very dusty easily. So that's pretty much all for the dash of this car. Next we'll be moving on to the steering wheel after the car's off, and we gotta get to the center console too, so stay tuned for that. So now we are going to the center console down here. It collects a lot of dust through the years, especially on an older 2008 vehicle. It likes to collect up in the gear selector, so try your hardest to get it out. But that can be a tricky one with the gear selector because it goes so deep, and like the trim on there can move so quickly and can go underneath the actual column. Just gonna go around here. I'm gonna close that for a second so we can get the top of it. Now there's a little scuff on here that will not be able to get taken off by just this, so that won't be coming off if you're wondering. Just all around. Put your fingers in there to try to rub it out. Especially with this more metal-like material, metal-looking material. You always want a nice feeling shift knob or gear selector. You always want that feeling clean, feeling good as you're selecting your gears or selecting what drive mode you're in. Let's get in these little compartments here. That folds down. You always want to fold everything down to make sure to get everything on it. That's got some more sunscreen, it looks like, on it. You know it's a Floridian car when there's sunscreen and sand everywhere. So now we're going to do the steering wheel, and I'm just going to start by wiping down this area, getting the emblem pretty good. Getting around all the buttons on the trim, make sure that's all clean. Get all around here where the fingers really go and where the hands normally sit. And then around the stocks, like last time, that's a big place for dust to build up. There we go. Alright, so now we are on the door, and my grandfather is trying out the leather cleaner on one of the seats over there, so that's what you're hearing in the background, along with some thunder, because of course it wouldn't be a Floridian day without some thunder. So for this, I'm using the dash cleaner again to get all the trim, and I'll use the leather cleaner to get the leather parts. So I'm going to start with this metal type stuff. Now in here there's a lot of sunscreen, so it's going to take a while to get through this. But I'm just going to show you guys the gist of what you need to know for this. So just get the pockets there. This has deep pockets, door pockets for stuff to get put in. And they don't have mats like the Mazda did, so you cannot take out the rubber mats like the Mazda has and just wash them off. They actually have to be wiped down. Speaker pretty good. Down here there's some scuffs. I'm gonna work them out. Scuffs on the edge of the doors and around the bottoms of the seats. That's pretty average in a car that is used a lot and is getting older, so don't be worried if you got a couple scuffs. Everyone has a couple scuffs. And there we go. Scuffs are gone, just like magic. So now we're going to move up to the top plastic trim up here, which has some sunscreen on it, so gotta work hard with that one to try to get the oils of the sunscreen out. Turn it back to black. But it's looking like it's coming out pretty good so far. The door handles shine up around there. There we go. Once I get the leather thing back, I'll get to the leather on the door and we'll try to get the sunscreen out of that. Alright, so now we're moving on to the leather on this door, so I'm going to use the leather cleaner. Start down here, get a little bit down there. Remember, scrub in circles for this. I'm going to try to get that sunscreen off down there. Wipe it down. Inside window. Okay. Nice, clean finish to that leather. Shiny, but it'll go matte after a while. There's a lot of oils in this leather from it being so old. It's older than the Mazda's leather, so it definitely benefits from this. Nice clean door panel. Looks just like new. Alright, so now we are moving on to the seats in here. We're going to be using the Turtle Wax Power Out Leather again. Same stuff we used last time. Really good. Just going to spray it on. Start wiping it down in a circular motion. As it gets lower in the bottle, it's harder to get it out, but no problem. As you can see, it's kind of changing tone of color right there. It's getting darker, which means it's taken out a lot of the oils and it's ready to be wiped down. Might have to get a new one of these pretty soon. It's getting kind of moist and staying moist. Need it to stay dry. Now there's some stains in the seat. Looks like it can't get everything out, but for a good, nice new leather feeling, it's a good product for that. The leather feels nice and plush, nice and new. As you can see, looks a lot more nicer than something that has not been cleaned. So definitely works for cleaning up, making it feel new, but can't get all the stains out. A steamer is perfect for getting stains out if you're looking to get a deep clean on your leather. I already got the back of the seats because they get some scuffs, but the center console gets scuffed up a lot from being in the back with cargo and other people with shoes. Back of this seat has some scuffs on it, as you can see. Taking the dash cleaner for it and just wiping it is good for getting the scuffs off. But for treating the leather, you really want the leather cleaner. Alright guys, it is that time, the finale. So we have to spray the Odorex. He is spraying the windows, cleaning everything off. So it's coming to an end. We're just going to spray it in the vents here. So when the air conditioning comes on, it'll come out. Just one squirt, and then around the footwells it says. No, I got it. Thank you though. Around the carpet. Keep all the odors from coming back so it smells as good as it looks. Smells very citrusy. Oops, almost just killed a bush. And there you go. And then just wipe some of that off so it doesn't create marks. There you go. Nice and clean car. Looking like it's new. Alright guys, thank you all for watching. The car is clean. We just used simple products once again, an easy method. Something that you can try out yourself. The products only cost around $15 for all of them. They're all Turtle Wax and they all smell really nice. So go ahead, check them out and have your car looking like this. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like.